Hey there everybody, and welcome back to more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels. By popular demand, I have decided to just check out the solo mode because this game is kind of a bad solo game, but we're going to take a look. Duel Training. Challenge yourself to a range of duels that will help you improve your skills. No. Let's go find out where the new stories are. What the hell? Legend of the Star Heroes. Witness the epic story of the world heroes. Didn't I already do this one? Hold up. There's a new story for it. Okay, well, I guess we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and take a look. The World Legacy Survivor. Okay, I forgot how to use these. Scenario. Got it. All right, we'll play the scenario and see what it has to say. I'm expecting much from this. The secret powers of the planet. A few hundred years have passed. Oh, it's only been a few years since that nightmare of tragedy. I don't remember. It's been like a whole year since I played this. When Aurum awoke, he found that the girl and her brother were no longer with him. Was Ib really gone for good? The loss of the girl had its grip over Aurum's heart like an unbreakable vice. I couldn't protect Ib. If only I were stronger, then her death could have been avoided. The battle had left a chasm in Aurum's heart. Now that Ib was gone, Aurum had tasted for the first time just how terrifying a battle could be, and how devastating losing someone you treasure could be. He didn't have the heart to go on with his journey, not for now. However, there was still one thing on his mind that bothered him. It was Ningirsu. Even now, Aurum still had no idea where he had gone. No doubt despair had taken him. Now that his beloved sister was no more, and when Aurum thought about how Ningirsu must be feeling right now, his heart became fraught with an immovable weight. But that was exactly why Aurum had to go after his childhood friend. And so the swordsman resumed his journey with Nduk. Okay, so the dragon and him look very different. I remember how the dragon looked. It was when panic was beginning to settle in Aurum's mind. Was it coincidence, or did the mech knight that dwelled within him lead him to it? He stumbled across a dormant crawler. It occurred to Aurum that this might lead to a clue. He could try and restore it and see if its communication system still worked. Ooh, they're really giving us some story, I guess. Kind of strange that I have to keep clicking on the stories, but whatever. Alright, let's see what's going on. Aurum succeeded in restoring the crawler and gained access to its communication system, along with a number of records that detailed areas in which the swarms were active and data on the locations where many crawlers had been destroyed. Perhaps there was still some life in those areas, and if there was, maybe they could know where Ningirsu had went. Armed with his new clue, Aurum set off to the areas he had gleaned from the records. However, as useful as the information was, it unfortunately didn't make Aurum's expedition any easier. There was nary any sign of life to be spotted anywhere, and the journey was looking like it could end in vain. Nature, uncaring and unrelenting, continued to battle the two mercilessly. But at last, a glimmer of hope. At the end of the arduous tunnel, Aurum and Umduk had stumbled across the remaining tribes of the planet. That of the fiery reclusives. Oh, that looks like a fire mage. Cool. The stalwart beasts. That guy looks like Leonidas. Got it. And the sacred lakeside trees. Alright, they're plants. Although this encounter brought no clues to as to Ningirsu's whereabouts, Aurum and Umduk were blessed with the legends and knowledge of the tribes. And by linking them together, Aurum was able to unlock a great secret power of the world, and witness the tremendous power that slumbered in its depths. It made him think of the world chalice powers that were bestowed to him, but this was greater, far greater, hiding unbeknownst to the dwellers of the planet. Was this what Lee had sought? Aurum thought. Alright, this is a real serious Yu-Gi-Oh story. It's a lot different than Battle City, I'll tell you that. Alright, who are you? No, wait, aren't you the girl that died? I don't remember. What were the more secrets dwelled beneath the surface? Okay. One of them was the rebirth records, inscribed with the history of the planet, chronicles from generations long forgotten. And the other, bygone memories of the planet glorious age, where humans ruled from the apex. We were the apex predators. Long, long ago, there was a god who ruled the skies. With dragonkind as its disciples, it perpetuated the cycles of destruction and rebirth to maintain the balance of the realms. However, the scale of destruction grew bigger each time, and one day the balance of the two was thrown into great disarray. Once this delicate balance toppled, even the sacred skies could not hold back its destructions it wrought. The god decided that it could no longer oversee the skies by itself. With its powers of creation, it brought forth layers and layers of the toughest earth and sealed the powers of destruction within. With nowhere to go, the powers raged and raged until it boiled and scorched the very earth, morphing it. The torrent of power rushed through the land and merged with the powers of creation, leaking out onto the surface. It became a small manifestation of the cycle of death and rebirth, and gave life to the lands. With the last of its strength, the god then turned itself into a key, and entrusted it to the life blooming on the planet before vanishing. In the years following its disappearance, the powers of destructions re-emerged on the surface many times. However, every time it did, the life of the planet would use the key, and with the help of the dragonkind, push it back to whence it came. Over time, the key came to be known as a word, and the power of destruction as the Great Darkness. Thus, the great legend of the world hero was born. Starlit hero, your sword swathed in light, may you triumph over the great darkness. Okay, you're losing me now. I'm a little bit lost now. You gotta help me out here, game. All right, scientists. That makes sense. Obviously, we're getting to the part with scientists. Decades, centuries, maybe millennia passed since the beginning of the rebirth records. The land was now populated with life known as humanity. They were a civilization who had gained scientific knowledge and technological know-how, and were at the height of their prosperity. Their glory came at a cost, for it not only tore the planet's gifts away from it, but also the dragons who protected it. The god and the dragons that once were had faded into obscurity as mere tales. And it was during this time that the key was excavated and uncovered. The humans were exhilarated by such a legendary and mystical find. Although its authentically became gradually acknowledged, some expressed worries about and doubts at the discovery. What did it mean for the key to have resurfaced in this time? Was this an omen, warning them from an inevitable battle between the world hero and the Great Darkness, like the legend said? How did the humans not know that they are the Great Darkness? Now that they could see the key and that existed in its sword form, did this not also mean that their powers of destruction were indeed sealed deep within the planet's crust? Humanity began to assemble their finest to analyze the key. Okay, their finest is a little elf, a lion, and a tall human. That is accurate. And that one. Her name was Lee. Lee was known all over the world as the foremost authority of computer science. Oh crap, that makes you literally the leader of the world. The analysis was able to proceed smoothly thanks to her involvement, and not long after, the team branded itself as an organization called Crusadia, under the jurisdiction of the Confederation of Nations. Once they had analyzed the key further, they began to draft a plan that would help fight the imminent threats to their planet. It would involve warriors of a mechanical nature, and they called it Project Mech Knight. Work has to proceed without a moment's delay. Meanwhile, Lee drew up a hypothesis and sought to validate it in secret. She wanted to get to the root of the appearance of the Great Darkness that world hero legend spoke of. Recorded in the legend were multiple tales of the key being used to drive back the Great Darkness by harnessing the powers of creation and destruction. It was simple enough. The Great Darkness would appear, and the world hero would fight it back. However, this is in Kingdom Hearts, so obviously, Sora is not available. There were those who were entrusted with a divine mission, and the conspirators who sought to revive the powers of destruction. The world hero legend was ultimately a story of their power struggle over the key. Whoever has the key will control the fate of the world. Or so went Leo's hypothesis anyways, and the more time she spent trying to validate it, the darker her ambitions grew. The divine powers will be mine. Alright, so does she become a YuGiOh card? Is that what the villainous stuff does? Anyone that becomes a villain becomes a YuGiOh card. Let's see. And any nerds that become, heroes become YuGiOh cards. You have to be a nerd. A few years have now passed since Project Mech Knight began, And finally, Mech Knight of the Morning Star was complete. It had been fitted with a core powered by the key and possessed enough power to fight the most deadly of wars. However, an incident occurred during its test run and none other than Lee as its test pilot. With the key, she had reversed all of the celestial powers coursing through its mechanical body and diverted them to the planet's core faster than anyone could make a move. Lee had planned all of this out before taking her place as test pilot. The power that had flowed into the planet's core split the lands, and once again the destruction from within overflowed to the surface, scorching every bit of Earth that it touched. The entire world was beginning to split apart. If this unprecedented disaster and the revival of the Great Darkness drew nearer. How do you know this isn't the Great Darkness? Lee is the Great Darkness this time around. Alright. However, its resurrection was not without obstacle. The Crusadia had created an assistive unit 7 Mech Knights in total. The remaining Mech Knights faced off Mech Knight of the Morning Star and destroyed it, sealing away the Great Darkness back within the Earth once more. But the Great Darkness was, at the end of the day, a divine force, one that mortals failed to seal away completely. Inspired by the key, the team decided to put their powers into physical vessels of their own and left them on the surface as oh my god, I'm starting to understand what's going on. The pieces are from these humans and these, well, not from humanity, even though humanity includes all types of creatures. Through the Crusadia, they began to mobilize to put an end to humanity's so-called glory, as it was the largest obstacle to the revival of the barren lands and the planet's chances at surviving. They left the 7 Mech Knights they had built in their ruined world. After they were reprogrammed with instructions to help rekindle the planet, the Mech Knights were also installed with data of the Crusadia members they had established a brain link with. If the lands could be healed once more and the planet could take back the power it once had, then perhaps they could avoid imminent disaster. The Crusadia left all their hopes to a faraway future they may not even reach. However, there was one thing they failed to realize. The mastermind behind this incident was Lee, and she had already began by taking the burning lands when she found that she was already dead. Oh, ha 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 ha. She was put into the world chalice. Oh, I remember that little fairy bastard traitor. So you were Lee all along. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, here we go again. The tremendous power that dwelled within the planet was the very thing that Lee was after. Thought Aram suddenly, he was struck by sense of terror. He could feel a great force of malice threaten the planet, but there was something he could not tell. Perhaps someone somewhere was beckoning to the darkness, trying to bring it forth. He had stopped them before another terrible disaster happened. He had to stop them. And in that moment, in Orum's mind, the figure of Ningirsu appeared. The figure of his childhood friend, tormented with sadness from the loss of Ib, seeking darkness in his despair at the world. Although slight, he could feel Ningirsu's presence within the malice. It couldn't be. Aram reined his uneasy heart in, and he would... Okay. Oh, look, I forgot he made friends with like the plant people, the fire people, and the beast people. Very nice of him. Alright, and he's got his dragon. The Crusadia were taken to a hidden spot by the tribe of the Sacred Trees and activated World Legacy World Crown. Aram had his companions and now contained power. Oh, look at that. All of them are a little buff. You know, they're a little bit stronger. Not really, actually. She has 500 attack. They all have really low attack stats. I could beat all of these cards with a Judge Man. Or even, honestly, I could beat all of these cards with... no, Curse of Dragon would tie with one of them. Okay, fair enough. It would be close, though. It'd be close. The Crusadia began their advance toward the giant tower at the center of all the malice. The What the fuck? The orchestrated Babel, towering into the sky in its metallic magnificence. Surrounding it were the orcust mechanical weapons waiting on standby in silent formations. At the tower's base was Ningirsu, and activating World Legacy World 1 was the only thing on his mind. And now, Aram could see his childhood friend, the swordsman who could only think about how much sadder he looked. Aram prayed that he was only overthinking the situation, but he knew that their reality was not a kind one. Ningirsu was here because he wanted the powers of darkness, and he was at the center of the malice Aram had felt. That was the truth that awaited him at the end of his long search. But no matter how much time has passed, no matter how many things have changed, the one thing that remained the same was that Ningirsu was still his friend. Aram thought about what he could do now that he was here. He had to stop Ningirsu from starting a disaster that could mean the end of their world. The only one that could stop this villainy is me, Aram thought, gathering all of his courage. He signaled for his companions to mobilize, and now a new battle was about to begin. Well, that was kind of obvious that our friend would get corrupted by darkness after losing his sister. So, you know, I don't, why is this locked? Can be unlocked. You do not have enough items. What is that even? Where do I get the protect? Is it up here? Is this where it is? Uh-oh. What's this? Alright, 2 more scenarios, everybody. I don't know why that's locked. Ningirsu's sorrow. That's not how I pronounce that. I'm sorry. Ningirsu's sorrow. When Ningirsu saw what had happened, a bolt of guilt pierced through his grief. Even in his desperation, he never imagined this would happen. His eyes were hardly able to believe what they were saying. How did all of this happen so fast? He prayed that he was dreaming and that he was going to wake soon. All he wanted was to see his dear sister again. Well, she's right there. And at the end of the nightmare unfurled around him, he became embroiled in a storm of emotions. I need to save Ib. Even as his mind was numb with stupor, Ningirsu's body began to move without command. In what looked like an impulsive choice, he struck his childhood friend unconscious, taking both of the other man's sword and Ib. What good was this world if Ib were not in it? He would do anything, be it good or evil, if it meant he could see her smile again. That single thought of getting his sister back was in all Ningirsu needed to force his weary limbs forward. He had the Mech Knight cores from the 6 nightmares when the 6 nightmares were defeated, and now he also had the sword he took from Orm. Using his facilities that were still present in the Mech Knight headquarters, he analyzed the artifacts with feverish desperation. This world possessed a mythical power, similar to that of the world legacies, and if anything had a clue regarding its specifics, it would be the Mech Knights. They might even know a way to bring it back. Although he was unable to glean a way to resurrect Ib, he learned a great deal about a number of facilities from the ancient civilization. Ningirsu left the Mechna quarters and set off to each one of them with the lifeless body of his sister into... Oh, yeah, just carry that with... Wait, if you have her, you could, like, you know, let's tape her lips up and then, you know, she's smiling. And then your wish comes true. You know what? That might not be what he wants. Many of the facilities he visited had already ceased to work, and the ones that barely did provided little to no useful information. However, Ningirsu never gave up. There must be a way he could save Ib somehow. What was one with that unwavering belief in his heart, he resumed his grueling journey. And finally, at long last, he discovered an ancient facility that was still in working condition. Is this what Yu-Gi-Oh is now? It's just me reading text for 18 minutes long? Is that what you guys wanted? Everyone's like, play Master Duel again, play Master Duel again. No, you wanted me to watch Master Duel. That's what you wanted. After countless weary roads, walked Ningirsu had gone through more information than any average man would in his life. He had thoroughly inspected the Mech Knight cores and several ancient facilities. With that, he gathered, including files on the key and technologies throughout long to be lost. He had finally unlocked the secrets hidden within the planet. And the truth of the world that had been shrouded in mystery. Ningirsu trembled with joy. He could revive his sister now. With his newfound certainty... Ningirsu set about creating a vessel that could house Ib's soul using the ancient technologies. However, this task was to be the most difficult yet. Trial after trial resulted in countless failures and their byproducts. As of the days ticked by, he had... Oh my god. This is I just noticed the girl on the left. Like, holy shit, this is fucked up. Dude, don't do this. He created a mechanical doll that would work. Yeah, no, this better not be a Yu-Gi-Oh card, I swear to God. By synchronizing the doll with the body of his dead... are you guys making me read this? Dead sister. He also succeeded in reinitializing the functions of one of the twin swords vital to its plan. So much time had been poured into this endeavor, but at least there was something to show for it. A strange sense of elation began to bubble within Ningirsu. His sister had given her life for this world, and now it was time for him to create a new world for her. Now that Ningirsu had the mechanical doll's powers, once the second step of the plan to build orchestrated Babel could finally begin. Alright. Okay. Starting to realize this guy's got some problems, but it happens, you know, we've all been there. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of practicing. Oh no, I have to pretend. I'm going second. I have to pretend like this game doesn't just tell me what to do. Granted, it's because it's a practice one. And I haven't dueled in a long time in this game, so we'll see how it goes. I have only 2 cards, and my opponent is the same. Oh look, these are the 2 Crusadia people I made friends with. Well, except for the plant girl. I don't know where she is. Let's see. We got the World Legacy World Crown. Interesting. First, normal summon Crusadia Reclusia, and use it as a link material to link summon Crusadia Magius. Alright. This is Reclusia, right? Wabam! And then we're going to link summon, because the game makes me. This one. Crusadia Magius. I wonder who... Oh, is it just the same person, but, like, evolved? Alright, same character, but evolved. Crusadia Magius. Next, special summon Crusadia Leonis, and activate the effect of Crusadia Magius. Okay. Special summon. Easy. I use my effect. By pointing at this card, I can now get this card, Crusadia Maximus. And then, use the 2 link monsters to summon Crusadia Legolas. Alright, you got it. Oh, it's this is the you know, the freaking lion evolved. Makes sense. Alright, here we go. Crusadias go together. Make ourselves a new monster. That's Regulus now. Now, special summon Crusadia Maximus and activate their effects. Okay. I special summon Crusadia Maximus, which is just the kid. And then I use Crusadia Regulus' effect. And to do that, I get a spell card. They're all the same. Use the 2 link monsters as materials. Okay, as you wish. And this is the final form. Oh, him and the lion go together and they make this. Got it. Because this did not look like the kid. It looked like a freaking, what do they call those? A centaur or whatever? Yeah, there he is. Equimax is right there. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh's gone complicated. Alright, now I activate Crusadia Revival. Simple as that. Alright, special summon this crown. Got it. Look at this. I got the World Legacy crown. Attack your opponent directly with Equimax. I guess. If that's what you want, video game. I'm going to attack my opponent directly. And there we go. Look, he kind of already did the bad thing. Do I really need to kill my friend? Like, if we're being honest, he already kind of messed up. I don't think I can I can't punish him any more than he's punished himself. But I guess we're going to. Alright, duel. Let's see. Loner deck or my deck? Ooh, Haunted Mansion. Let's go ahead and change decks real quick, because I don't know what I'm doing. The most useful deck I ever made, I think, was... I called the deck Daddy D. What was wrong with me? Let's see. Most useful deck I ever made. The most consistent. The Force of Gaia, probably. I love my clowns. We'll get to that. But the Force of Gaia. This has to be the most consistent deck I ever made. So let's go ahead and go with this one. You're going down, story mode. I finally get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Lots of reading on this one. I'm sure the other stories you guys want me to play don't have a bunch of reading. I'm sure I just, you know, stumbled into the big one. Alright, here we go. I don't remember how any of these cards work. I'm looking at my hand. What are you? What do you do? So this guy, if you control, you can monster with 2300 more attack. You can normal summon this card without tributing. If this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 5 dragon monster from your hand or graveyard in defense mode. Normal summon this card without tributing. This card is in normal summon attack. It comes 900. I don't care about that. And I'll just start with this card, I guess. Tribute it, or just normal summon it. Might as well use his effect, right? Oh, did I mess up? If this card is normal special summon, you can summon one level 5 dragon monster. Oh, it has to be level 5 dragon. Okay. Well, let's see you take on a 2300 attack point monster, dude. No way you could beat me. Oh, you got that Babel card. That's no good. Alright, they got the Babel card. Now, let's see what I can do. I draw. Galloping Gaia. This is something I've needed. Sadly, I didn't get it last turn. Alright. With Galloping Gaia, I can do this. I activate the card in my hand. I should just not have, you know, summoned that monster. That was my bad. I'll reveal this card for no real reason. I will get... Which one of these is the bust one? If this card is no more special summon, you can add 1 spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Guy the Dragon is an X test. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, target 1 Guy the Dragon. Nah. What does this one do? If this card is no more special summon, you can target 1 field spell on the field, destroy it. Once per turn, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck by using monster use controls. Okay. Well, I don't have monsters I control. I'll go with this guy. Yeah, this guy looks pretty cool. Now I got to figure out how these cards work. I can summon one of these guys. I can go for just Mass Dragon. Yeah, let's go a little basic today. We're going to go ahead and summon the Mass Dragon. I'm sure whatever that monster is, I can kill it. I'm not going to read the field spell because I don't like reading. Alright, Orcust Harp Horror is gone. I don't know why he runs a card like that. That just sounds terrifying. And he removes it from play for no reason. Ah, for a better monster. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a tuner monster. Oh boy, I better be careful. He got himself the Orcust Bass Bombardment. So he made machines that make music? Is that what he wanted? Is that what his sister wanted? Like, what's going on with him? Did she love music? I forgot. It's been like a year since I played her story. Wow, this guy sucks. Why is this level 4 difficulty? Alright, I draw Dragon's Mirror. That's a great card. Not exactly what I need, but a great card. I'm just going to straight up... Oh, you know what? I should probably do this first. I activate this card's effect. Yeah, let's, I don't know. Let's get our dragon in my hand. I don't care. Oh, wait, I picked this card. Never mind. Let me get another Gaia in my hand. Let's go. Get the OG. I like the OG. Let's get the original man in here. Yeah, he looks cool. Next thing's next. We're going to go ahead and summon Curse of Dragon. We're going to evolve our dragon a little bit. Mass Dragon evolve into Curse of Dragon. Curse of Dragon. Obviously, use your effect, whatever it may be. Get me my Spiral Fusion card. That one's pretty good. Alright. And then, what does this say? Yep, that sounds good to me. I activate Spiral Fusion, everybody. And then I'm going to summon... Oh, I have 2. I'm going to get this one out, though. This one's pretty good. I'm going to fuse Gaia the Fierce Knight with this Curse of Dragon card. Alright, then I summon this Gaia card. Yeah, Sky Galloping Gaia. This guy will do a bit. Give me this card's effect first. I want to protect my card. Alright, this card's protected. And then give me... Oh, I guess this card... I mean, this card effect second. Whoops. Let's just hope I didn't do that in the wrong order. Alright, give me the Spiral Spear Strike so I could do piercing damage. And I'm just going to go ahead and activate this card. And now I do piercing damage. And also, I will activate Ojama Duo. There we go. Now you have 2 extra monsters, so I could do 3 attacks. I don't need 3 attacks, but I'm going to do them. And then I'm going to go into battle phase. I'm going to save my Dragon's Mirror, guys. And we're going to do this. I attack this monster. I could put it in attack mode, mind you. Yeah, why not? Let's just be a jerk. Alright, wabam. 5,200 direct damage, plus a little extra 300 on top. A little whipped cream on top. And we're going to do it again. 5,200 damage. Get wrecked, kid. I thought I was going to see some crazy combos since this is Master Duel, but they forgot to do that. I don't blame them. I forget to. Alright, nice. World Crown collected. And now we've made it to the goal. Oh, alright, let's see what happened in the story, everybody. Hopefully it's not too sad. The Crusadia headed toward where Ningirsu was. However, before they could reach him, they had to get past the countless orcust weaponry. The orcust were merciless as they were numerous, and the Crusadia suffered greatly as they tried to fight their way through. In the heat of the battle, Aurum began to feel that within orchestrated Babel, there dwelled a power similar to that of his key. The mechanical vessel that was used... Vessels used whatever little of the key's power they had inherited and activated orchestrated Babel. From the depths of the tower, a great light was released, and the tower itself seemed to almost fall away with... Oh, wow, this is really weird. No, the activation must be stopped, Aurum had as he dashed toward the machinery. However, before he could move any further, Ningirsu appeared before him. It was the first time they had seen each other since the tragedy long ago. Their eyes met within the chaos of battle. Aurum opened his mouth to speak. Why, he asked. Why would you want anything to do with the Great Darkness? Why put our planet under threat like this? Why did you create this spiraling tower and this army of mechanical weapons? Ningirsu had only one simple answer for him. Forib. It was only the reason he needed. For his sister, he was willing to activate Babel to strike the World Legacy World Wand down from the skies and break the Earth's surface, so he could awaken the slumbering World Legacy World Arc and use its influence over life and death to revive Ib's soul. Then, after the Great Darkness had been freed from within the Earth, he was going to use its power to resurrect Ib as a celestial being. Now that he had heard the truth from Ningirsu, Aram decided to team up with him, no problem, because he also missed Ib. I'm joking, no, he totally, did the other thing where he fights him. Okay. The swordsman knew that Ningirsu loved Ib more than anyone in the world, but that did not make it right for him to put their entire planet in danger. There are most of the planet dead. There's only like one tribe left, right? Or one village left. You might as well. Let's see if he can revive her. Because if he can revive her, maybe he can revive everybody. Maybe he's got a real plan here, Aram. I don't know. I don't know if your plan is exactly worth it. They clashed, but neither can gain a decisive advantage. The Orchestrated Babel activated. Oh, she looks creepy as fuck. That's like a freaking, what do they call those? Shadal. And at last, the World Wand had been toppled. When it fell to the earth, it gored the land below, and the resulting shockwave reverberated across the entire planet. There we go. The battle is over, everybody. I did all of that and only got to play one game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It goes without saying that I am disappointed. But that is going to be it for our episode, everybody. A very story-driven episode. I hope you guys can live with the fact that there was only one fight. But guess what? That's not my fault. You guys wanted me to play Master Duels. This is Master Duels. I warned you. Bye-bye. Oh, and like and subscribe.